Hey guys, now I'm going to show you guys how to do some contracts really fast. So how the contract system works here is tier 1 contracts are repeatable, and you can repeat as many of these as you can do as many times as in a day as you want. Now these tier 2 ones here, you can only do one of these each per day, and then once they're complete you can't do them anymore. Same with the tier 3 one, but these will give you more points, but they're only one a day. So for these tier 1 contracts, I'm going to show you guys the locations for all the mobs and the best places that I would go to get all of these things done first. So for the Osen contract, here I am in Arctera. Okay, I'm located right here on the map. Alright, I'm not far from the skull tower. And right here we've got a whole bunch of Osen dogs here that you can kill for the Osen contract. Okay, so that's the Osen contract location, and it's just a short teleport to Shiver Skull Tower, and then just a quick little scoot up to there. So it's nice and close. All right. Alright guys, so now here I am in Northern Wastes, just a little bit into the camp over here, and this is where I would go to kill the Moodies for the Moody contract. Okay, it's just very nice and short here in Northern Wastes. If you're on the Exile side, you'll have to cross over, but there's Moodies that go all the way over in this entire big area here. Alright, now you will notice I'm just a little bit farther over to the northeast corner of Northern Wastes, and these mobs here, these are the Skeech mobs. So this is where I would recommend going to do your Skeech contract. And then if you have an Elden Constructs contract, you could run to that cave right afterwards, and there's some Elden Constructs in there that you can kill. Or if you happen to be doing the quests in this area, up there by the Exo Lab is more Elden Constructs. Or you can also go to Starcom Basin. Okay, so now I'm here in Starcom Basin, just at the camp that everybody both sides poured into. And just out front here, if you face the south end, are the Ichthian mobs for the Ichthian contract. They are these fish mobs up here, and these big ugly fish guys over here. These are the Ichthian mobs, and you'll see the blue marker above them if you have the contract for that. Okay, and if you have the Elden Constructs contract, they too are also located in this area here and all the way around this area, stretching all the way over to almost where the Marauders are there. And if you have the Marauders contract, it will be just right up there by the Grim Void Workshop. Okay guys, so now here I am in the Defile at the Final Light camp, where both sides will pour it in. They'll just pour it in on opposite sides. Over at Hope's Dare, there's where the Exiles will pour it in. And then from here, just going to go straight up over here, and then past that tower resistance, and then right over here, right where this purple stuff is strain mobs right over there. And the reason why I recommend going to this camp is because they're really weak mobs, and they're all clustered nice and close together. And this is also the best place I would recommend to do your triple kills contract, because you get perfect little packs of 3 mobs here. And they have nice spawns almost everywhere. You can get triple kills at almost every single pack, and then you have to wait 5 Mississippis in between killing mobs to reset the kill timer to pull the next pack for triple kills. So this is where I would come to do my strain and or my triple kill contract. Okay, so now, depending on which faction you're on, for the Dread contract, I would recommend coming here to Crimson Badlands. And then if you spawn in from the Exile side, you're going to spawn in here at Crimson Command. If you spawn in from the Exile zone, you're going to be over here by Bloodstone Landing. So there's Exile mobs, or there's Dreg mobs that go all the way around this beach area. There's some more in the middle here in these camps as well. If you're here on the Exile side, you can go just down south here to another camp, and like right here where I am, this is the Dreg mobs here, and you can kill them here. But almost anywhere in this zone, wherever you are closest to, any of these camps will have Dreg mobs that you can kill. Okay? Okay, now there's one more contract, the interrupts contract, and this really just requires you to interrupt 30 mobs telegraphs, and you can do this anywhere in any zone, doing just about any other thing that you have on your quest line or contract line. But I would recommend these mobs possibly, because what these guys do is they cast telegraphs extremely quickly. Like they don't dawdle. Some of the mobs, don't cast the telegraphs very fast, but these guys, after just a few seconds, they are, they're countable. They're gonna cast a telegraph, and you can pull a bunch of these guys together, and then just wait for them to cast. And you can even put multiple interrupts on your bar to make it even faster. But the point is that some of the other mobs, you start attacking them, and you're waiting for them to cast a telegraph. They don't cast it right away. They might hit you with a bunch of auto attacks or some other things before they finally cast a telegraph, but these ones cast almost immediately. Within the first few seconds, they'll cast and you can interrupt them. But these mobs might be a little bit too tough for you to fight, so really you can do this interrupt contract anywhere, combined with any other contract, as long as you're using interrupts on your bar and interrupting telegraphs. But if you need mobs that do it quickly, these ones are good, or also possibly the mobs that are just inside of the Northern Wastes area, the humanoid mobs there. They are pretty good at, the augmented humanoids, they're pretty good at casting telegraphs as well, and they're weaker than these mobs in Northern Wastes. Alright guys, well that's it for my suggestions here on Tier 1 contract locations. If you guys have any other locations that you know of that you guys think are possibly better than the ones I suggested, leave them in the comments below. I'm always open to check them out, and these are just the ones that I like to go to myself preferably, but whatever ones you guys think are closest, these are just my recommendations. But now you guys know where you can find these mobs at least, and start doing some of these contracts, okay? Have fun guys, thanks. If you like the video, please subscribe.